What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be talking about why the winter arc is really like dumb, pointless, especially for beginners. I'll talk about why you shouldn't do it as a you know person who's already been lifting for a decent amount of time, but specifically for beginners because I believe that the winter arc is pointless, bro. Because I've seen a lot on TikTok, YouTube, all that other stuff. Like, oh, guys, do the winter or lock in for winter, you know? And I really think that's like, just like pointless, bro. Because if you're going to be committed to going to the gym, you should be doing it like all the time, all right? No matter the season, all right? Winter, summer, fall, spring, whatever. You should be doing it regardless of like season, bro. Anything, regardless of anything. Because a lot of people, especially around New Year's, that's like when it like starts to like take an effect, Christmas, New Year's time. A lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get a gym membership, I'm gonna be locked in, I'm gonna be having my winter arc because they want to change. And I'm not saying you shouldn't go to the gym. Don't try to, I'm not trying to say any of that, but I'm just saying don't do that winter arc bullshit, all right? Because the thing with the winter arc is that they get all these people see that on TikTok, social media, whatever. They see it like that, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna lock in now, I'm gonna go every day. But in reality, they just wanna, they have the idea for maybe a week, month at most, maybe even a couple months. They're like, oh, I'm locked in, bro, I got this. And then after a certain amount of time, when they're not seeing gains because, they're probably not eating right, they're probably not training right, probably didn't do any research beforehand on how to lift or anything or what to do. They're like, oh, why am I not seeing any improvement? What happened? I thought the winter arc was like gonna give me all this muscle. You're not gonna gain muscle like all right, unless you're like crazy at lifting and you like have a coach or something or anything. Other than like the normal average person who's never touched a weight in their life, you're not gonna put on 20 pounds of lean muscle in like 4 months, all right? Unless you're taking gear or steroids, but don't do that. Don't do that. But after the motivation to go starts to slow down and come to a halt, you're gonna stop going. All right, I've seen a lot of my friends I've known last year, like winter time. They were like, "Oh, JJ, I'm gonna go to the gym, winter arc, bro. I'm gonna be crazy, bro. I'm gonna be crazy after winter, bro. Everybody's gonna be like, look at me different." They would go for like 2 weeks, and then they would stop. Like they just stopped going because they didn't see the instant improvement. Because I think a lot of people who have never touched a weight in their life, they're under the false like thought that you're gonna gain all this muscle in such a short amount of time, but that's not true. It's not true at all. It takes time. All right, Rome wasn't built in a day, and so neither is building muscle. All right, because the main thing about the winter arc that I think is pointless because people want to go thinking that they're gonna be putting on all this muscle and everything's gonna go their way, But it's just not like that. All right, people need to stop lying on social media. They need to encourage people not to just go with crazy workouts. If you're only doing like having a good workout because it's winter, or like you're only going to failure during the winter time, you're training wrong, bro. You should be going to failure every lift. All right, and I get it. You see it on TikTok. You see it from a lot of these big influencers trying to push it, saying, "Guys, hop on your winter arc. Trust me." Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. I recommend just going to the gym, learning about it, doing research on it, and just going no matter what. Going through winter, spring, summer, fall, holidays, all that, all that good stuff. And another thing is, I've seen a lot of winter TikToks that be like, oh, I'm going to cut everybody off. I'm going to go ghost. That's corny, bro. Don't do that. All right, self-improvement should not be an excuse to be antisocial. That's going to mess your mental up, bro, because humans are social creatures, bro. We need communication. We need, all this like social wellness, because being alone, I'm not saying being alone is bad, but I'm just saying like it goes to a certain extent because if you're, if you're able to be alone and just be and rock with that, that's cool. But you shouldn't be forcing yourself to be alone just because you want to do the winter arc. That's dumb. That's so dumb. You know, I when I started back in winter of 2022, I got my membership to the gym. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut everybody off. I'm gonna go ghost. I'm gonna lock in. The motivation was gone after 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna say it like it is, you know. But my point is, don't be antisocial. You know, still be social. Still hang out with people. Still talk to people. You know, don't go out of your way to like avoid people. I mean, if they're like really influencing you like badly, you should probably avoid them. I know, you know, that's not a bad thing. But if it's like your best friend you know since like kindergarten, don't cut them off. Why would you do that? You know, if it's like somebody who like you enjoy hanging out with, but you want to cut them off because of the winter arc, don't do that. I mean, you can, but so I'm not recommending it. But I don't think there is such a thing called the winter arc, because I'm not saying like, you know, I think that the winter time is like a really nice like vibe, you know, it's a vibe. You know, when we get out the gym, it's dark out, snowing, you know, a little bit of cold. You can wear hoodies, oversized shirts, all that, sweatpants, you know. But just the whole like thing about the TikTok winter arc is kind of corny, bro. It's kind of corny, okay? Like I said, you know, you should be training no matter what, no matter the circumstances, whatever, you know. And, okay, to all the beginners, I just say, find a gym that works for you, you know. Try to make friends there, you know. You should keep lifting, even after maybe a month or two, the progress slows down. You know, eat right, train right, sleep right, you know, fix your mental, because that's really the best time, because the just vibe around the winter, bro. It's like a nice vibe, you know, Christmas, New Year's, all that. If you celebrate those, you know, I don't know. But those are like, that's like, all right, I'm not saying that, okay, winter is a good time to do all that, especially, but it goes to the extent that you shouldn't do any of the TikTok stereotype winter arcs, because it's kind of pointless. But, you know, just go to the gym. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't make it too hard and too complicated where, like, you're trying to force yourself to do these, like, basically near impossible things, right? Keep it simple. Keep it calm, you know. But don't fall into the TikTok winter arc stereotype that a lot of people I know have fallen into, and me personally, I've fallen into it myself. Moving on from that, the winter arc for more experienced lifters, more people who have gone for longer, probably. I myself, you know, like I was saying, it's a good vibe, because I've been going to the gym for about a year, a little bit over a year now, and I actually love the winter, because when I get out of school, it's like, you know, a nice little breeze, a little chilly. Get to wear a hoodie, because, you know, it's getting colder, temperature's dropping. And one thing I like to do in the winter, during the whole Christmas snowy gym, when I get out like, 5, 6, it's already dark. I just like to go outside, sit on a bench, waiting for my parents to pick me up, because that gives me the most time to reflect and think about what I'm doing, you know? Because I believe that if you don't reflect on what you're doing and think about it and give it a real deep dive on what you're doing and how you're doing it, you know, all that, I think you're kind of cooked. Because sometimes you won't notice the things you're doing are necessarily hurting you right away, right? I know, because I was sitting on the bench one time and it was snowy out, it was dark, you know, waiting for my parents to pick me up, and I was sitting on the bench and I was thinking, what am I doing with my life? You know, I wasn't really fully committed to the gym. I wasn't really fully committed to doing anything really. I was just kind of floating out, you know, just kind of going without really a purpose or anything. But then I realized, like, what do I want to be? What do I want to accomplish with my life? Because you only have one life. You have to use it, all right? 80 years if you're lucky. So I realized that I needed to go all in. I needed to be so locked in and so committed to going that nothing could stop me, bro. And after that day, I would go, even if I didn't feel like it, I would go and just lift. Like, I would go, I'm not saying I was going every day 100% potential, 100% power, pushing out the weight and stuff. And I wasn't saying I was eating 100%, like, the best I could have done. But I'm just saying, like, I realized that the things I needed to do and what was limiting me, how to fix that and all that. And I fixed it. Or at least I tried to, because you can always be better. No matter, you could be bench 405, be 6'5", 300 lean, be all that. But you can always be better. Whether that's your mental, your physical, your social, just common stuff. An everyday thing. Maybe you want to study more on school. You can be better with that. Or maybe you want to, talk to more people and not be as embarrassed or be more confident with things, Maybe talk to girls, who knows? But you just need to reflect sometimes. And I'm not saying you should only do it in the winter. I'm saying you can do it anytime. In your room, at school, McDonald's, anywhere, in the car. Just reflect and think about what you're doing, bro. Maybe put on some music. Just really just deep dive into your brain on what you're doing. Maybe, try to fix negative things that are affecting you. Because once you get rid of those factors that are affecting you, you will do so much better in all aspects of your life. Because I know, because I had this really negative friend, all right, and he wasn't really the best influence on me. And I realized that I needed to get rid of him, or well, not get rid of him, but I just needed to have less contact with him because he was affecting the way I did things. And he was affecting my mental and all this other things, and how I acted, because I wanted to act cool, popularity, And I just, I would slowly talk to him less. And I realized that now that I had all that negativity gone, that toxicity out of my life, I could perform better in everything. And whether you play a sport, whether you're an academic scholar, whether you go to the gym, whether you, ride a bike, you'll perform better if you reflect and think about the negative factors that are affecting you and you go and fix them. All right. It might not be right away. It might be in a year, might be in 2 years, but it will get better. And another thing I want to talk about is depression, mental health, because a big topic that goes on especially during the winter times when we're more isolated and all this and all that, it's going to be better, bro. If you're going through a hard time, if you're going through something, please let somebody know. Please do not suffer in silence, Even that's a teacher, a friend, a parent, uncle, grandma, anybody, bro. Just let somebody know what you're going through, because you're not going through it alone, all right? I used to be I think I'm so sad, bro. I don't have anybody to talk to. Even if you're just venting to yourself, bro, talk to yourself, bro. If you believe in God, talk to God, all right? If you talk to somebody, bro, no matter what. Talk to, talk to your phone. Just let it out, bro. Don't let all that negative stuff build up and just hold it in, bro, because that's not good for you. Like I said, it will affect all aspects of your life. So you got to get rid of that. All right. Lifting is actually a really good way to get rid of all that built up anger or sadness or anything, because it lets you transfer it over to something, right? I know people listen to music. I know people play the guitar. I know people do all these things that better themselves and helps release the stress that they have built up because of all these other things, So I'm just trying to say, if you're going through something, please let somebody know. Please let, anybody know. Please just don't suffer in silence. All right. It's always going to get better. You might not see it now. You might not see it right away. You might not see it in a month, but it'll get better. Trust me. All right. As long as you're trying to actively get better, your situation will slowly improve, right? Well, we talked about winter art. We talked about mental health. We talked about all that. I think we're good. But yeah, YouTube. Give me a like, follow, subscribe. J Drinks Protein on TikTok, or it might be J Consumes Protein. One of those two. But give me a follow if you like this video. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.